And what up, future me and virtual me? How you doing? Well, have you seen a better world yet? I haven't. It's 4:30, and apparently today, well, it's 4:30, so nowish to 12 hours from nowish. North to mid-east Texas. It's gonna have some pretty icky weather. I think I'm right at the southern tip of it, so I think I'll be fine. I think Trinity will be fine, but I'm gonna have some kind of intense weather. So I think Trinity will be basically fine. We'll just catch some bad rain and probably some bad wind, but not horrible. Just just bad rain and bad wind, but not devastating rain and wind. But yeah, I've been watching I guess it's a mini-series documentary called The 60s, because like I said in another video, I think I said it in another video, I think the 60s and the early 70s is a historical period that's kind of eerily mimicking this time that we're going through right now, like especially right now in the second Trump administration. So like now to like a year ago, and it'll probably keep going on. Like, so we're probably going to start entering a lot of civil rights shit, and we're probably in the beginning of the 60s, basically. But it just made me, because I just watched, well, it was like the 7th episode, or I don't know. But it was like the civil rights movement episode. And every time I see stuff about the civil rights movement, I just am like, that's weird. Like it's like watching a documentary about an alien planet. It's just like the water fountain thing is just like the most incredibly obscenely odd thing ever. The whole segregation thing is just weird. It's like, okay, black churches, white churches, black schools, white schools. I can kind of understand those things, but water fountains, like you have to take it. I mean, I understand why the power structure, because I understand why they have to take it down to that micro a level, because like it has to start, because if you understand religion, then you understand why they have to do that. You have to catch everything at the littlest level. It's like the theory of, in order to stop murders, we have to stop people from stealing anything. It's like if you steal a candy bar, the penalty for that is death. So there's the episode of Star Trek where, oh, we only have one penalty for a violation of law, and that's death. There's only one penalty for all of our crimes, and it's death. So we don't really have any crime, because once nobody even risks being a criminal because violating any crime you suffer, there's only one penalty for it. There's no progressive penalty. No, you just die. We just kill you off for a violation of any crime at all. That's kind of the same thing. Like they got to catch you. Segregation is like from the teensy weensiest little thing all the way up to whatever. So that's the same kind of principle. Like we got to segregate you at every kind of little eensy weensy thing, but it's still just so weird. Like just watching it, having never lived in that kind of era, like being born. I was born in '82. So, and in Wisconsin. So, I mean, technically the North, but it's Midwestern North. So it's like whatever. I mean, it's the North, but it's not really the North. I don't know at the same time. But yeah, it's just like, we're going to do a sit-in. And it's like, we're going to go and sit in a place where it's like, oh, whites only. So we're going to go, and I mean, it's just like watching all that stuff. It's just like, that is so weird. It's just like a business that's a business, and it's like, oh, so you want to give me your money, but you're a black person. Yeah, I don't want black people money. I would rather go bankrupt than have your money. Sorry, Mr. Blackie Blackerton. I'd rather not be able to feed my family than take your money, Blackie. I don't know. That's just weird. I realize they have plenty of white customers, but it's just like, dude, it's money. And when all the white people will boycott them, so you're gonna be the only business, and you're gonna have a lot of black customers. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's like that, those people that are like, well, I don't want to make homosexual cakes. Dude, it's just whatever. The cake is gonna fuck another cake. Do you think the money? Do you think that money is gonna somehow make the other money gay? I don't know. I accepted gay money somehow. Now I'm gay. I took that black man's money. Now, oh man, my skin is turning black. I'm liking fried chicken more. And again, well, it's not just about water fountains, coming back to it, but it's like, how are you going to get contaminated by the water fountain? Are these people drinking from water fountains in a way that I would never drink from a water fountain? Like Frenching the fucking water fountain, like, like, dude, you're not supposed to like grope the water fountain with your fucking tongue and like get all in there and stuff. You're supposed to push it, get the stream going, and like hit the stream like you're drinking R. Kelly's piss stream or something like, you know. And that's a little graphic image for you, but you're supposed to hit it right about here at the, in the peak point of the parabola of fucking water, at the arch point, not like lick all the metal parts of it and stuff. There's no contamination possibility. And if there's two fountains right next to each other, what do you think the city made two distinctly different water distribution systems, pumped water from two different lakes or something, or gathered water from two different fucking rain clouds? I was like, oh, no, rain cloud, no. We're gonna wait for the white rain cloud. This is gathering water for the blacks. Put it in the black tank. Put it in the colored for the coloreds. And we're gonna wait for the better rain cloud to gather water through the white water fountains. Yeah, that's not good enough. Send it down the Blackie tube for the blackies. We need good water for us good Christian whites. Yes, it needs to be Jesus-colored water, not, for those. We're the ones that are like, non-Jesus-y people. We're the ones that are going someplace else. Yes. Into the other water system. Yes. And you got what? And they had other toilets too. And other restrooms. And of course, did you sit? Do the city engineers? Did city engineers go, okay, so we're gonna make two sewer systems, one for black shit and piss and one for white shit and piss, and the head engineer's like, no. They get mixed in the end, and then the white racist goes, no, hold on. I think we need to rethink this. I don't want my shit mixing with that black old Negro shit. I don't think I want that. I think I want a separate tunnel line. Wow. Because I gotta know if segregationist Southerners were actually willing to commit funds to build multiple sewer lines and stuff based on, I don't know, this kind of, I don't even know what kind of thinking it is, but I don't want my shit mixing with that dirty Negro shit. Because that would be it was simultaneously the most hilarious thing and the saddest thing ever. I'd rather have my shit mixed with dog shit rather than Negro shit. It's like, wow, that is something. That is a special kind of stupid. That is the kind of stupid that on one hand can't be taught and on the other hand can only be taught. Because it's just like, damn. Just damn level damn. And it also goes back to it goes back, it just makes me also remember like it's just like, do you remember, do you, anyone that might watch this, you remember women couldn't vote too? It's just like, other things that people today just kind of like walk around in this country, just kind of like have in the back of our head that is just like is normal. Things that just are normal. And I'm not even talking technology, sure, for one thing, but just social conventions that are just normal that weren't normal 50, 100, 150 years ago. That, like, this year is 2025 right now. Women's voting was the 19th Amendment, I believe. So, and I think that was in 1920. Because I looked it up very recently. I think it was in 1920. So that would mean it's 105 years old. So 106, 107 years ago. I don't know what day. I don't know the day of the year it was, but 106, 107 years ago, whatever. Women couldn't vote in any election. And at that time, it was still very difficult for black men to vote. So it was basically only white men who were citizens that it was pretty much relatively easy to vote. And even at that time, it was like, what would have been? I don't know. Like, goddamn Irish or something. There were sections of the white population that people were like, you fucking, you fucking Polak or you Wop or you fucking whatever. Sections of the white population that weren't white enough for America still. They weren't good whites. Back then, when women were trying to get the right to vote, there were sections of white people that weren't quite white enough for white America. So try and think about that. You fucking Polak. You goddamn fucking Wop. You Dago. You greasy Lucky Charm having motherfucker. So yeah, that's what they were dealing with back then. And now it's just like, fucking Mexican, you're taking my job. And it's like, really? I think people have no sense of perspective, like, ever. For the most part, have very, very little ability to have, I just say in general, most people have no vision. And it's it's disturbing, really, that most people have no vision, and they also, at the same time, allow their vision to be obscured very easily by other assholes who want to take advantage of them. Um, you know, and fear is the best way to do that. And it's a very old trick, and it's done time and time again, and it's always done most effectively in a time of desperation. And here we are in another time of desperation, and it's being used very effectively. So where are the people who are offering hope? I don't know. I don't see them. You got to dispel darkness with brighter light, and I don't see a lot of people doing that. But whatever. That's a little too preachy. A little more preachy than I like to get. But it's still hilarious. I mean, you just watch videos of civil rights and the segregation stuff, and it's comical. If you are a person if you're a person living in America that's 20 years old or younger, just go on YouTube and start watching random clips of segregation era and civil rights movement and stuff, and make sure it's black and white stuff, and just watch it for like 6 hours straight. Just watch them. And you won't even understand what the hell. I mean, it'll be mind-boggling to you. Like, how was this ever the norm? And then go and realize that in the North, it was not, the attitude was not really much more enlightened, really. I mean, it was just kind of like under, how do you phrase it? Under the surface racism. It was like, well, as long as those black people are in their own neighborhoods, it's fine. As soon as they start buying houses, it's like, we like that black family in our neighborhood, but 10 of them in our neighborhood, then we got to go move to another neighborhood. And I know this myself because when I was little, I had a friend, and oh my God, I had a friend, and there were two things. As soon as her parents got enough money to move out of the area we were in, they did. But also, something happened that I'm almost definitely 100% positive expedited their departure from our neighborhood. And I'm pretty sure she started to like a black kid. She and her, I'm thinking it was her dad, but it could have been her mom too, or two or more. I don't know. I'm pretty sure her dad flipped out, whether he said it out loud or he just kept it inside. But they moved to Whitey McWhiteville. I mean, seriously, Whiteyville, where there was 0 non-white people. And they fucking moved, and I did not see her again. And that happened a lot in that neighborhood. The same kind of thing. I had I don't even know how many friends that happened with that moved away when I was in that neighborhood. I lived there my whole life because my dad never got a better station job. He always had that same kind of job. He never like moved up to a management position or anything like that. And at the same time, he was always a saver. So we never moved out of that house. We were always in that same house. But basically every friend pretty much every friend except for 2. I want to say except for 2. Yeah. They're 3. Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So 3, maybe 4. I don't know. 3 and that's 3, 4 that I had known in that area, in that subdivision, throughout my life living there. Their family moved away at some point. By choice. That's because that area was like, it was getting too black, basically. Now, it's true there was a little bit of crime that kind of creeped over from the adjacent ghetto-ish area, but I mean, it wasn't like crimey or anything like that. It wasn't ever an area where I would worry about like walking around at any point at nighttime. Except I would, because I would want to go out at night and smoke a bowl, and then I would worry about, am I going to get caught by the cops? So I would worry about getting caught by the cops. I wouldn't be worried about getting, robbed or something like that. So I was always more worried about the cops than I was about some random person coming up to me and trying to rob me. Even though I did have my bike stolen once, but whatever. Just, I wasn't there. It was stolen from the garage. So it was an overnight affair. But whatever. Segregation is weird, isn't it? I don't know. This whole thing is freaking weird. I don't know. I guess I'm talked out. Okay. Boobs, people, boobs.